Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, June 26, 2019. I'm Melissa Wright.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us this evening. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to rule tomorrow on a Maryland case alleging partisan gerrymandering. It involves the state's map for the 6th congressional district, which a judge threw out in November, saying Democratic state officials unconstitutionally drew the district's map with a goal of diminishing Republican influence. Governor Hogan has been a vocal opponent of gerrymandering. The justices are expected to rule on a similar case in North Carolina involving Republicans.
Oh, it's really going to be a very interesting decision. This is kind of an unprecedented decision by the Supreme Court on an issue like this. And so it will have ripple effects if the Supreme Court finds that either our map or the North Carolina map unfairly or unconstitutionally redistricted in a way to advantage one political party over another.
This is the last week of the court's current term. The justices are also expected to rule on whether President Trump can add a citizenship question to the 2020 census.
20 presidential hopefuls are expected to go head-to-head on stage over the next 2 days, starting tonight in Miami. This will be the first national campaign debate for Democratic candidates such as Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Cory Booker, and Kamala Harris. CTV News was in Greenbelt this afternoon, where we spoke with residents about their thoughts on the debate.
I'm not particularly partial to Biden, but he's our best bet at this point. He's got the most experience.
We're all hoping and wishing that there's that one particular person, but no one has stood out enough for me to go, that's the man or woman that I want to follow.
If anything, I would say Andrew Yang would probably be the best, but I need to see more before I know. I mean, 20 candidates, that's way too many. It's insane thinking there's that many candidates.
The candidates are expected to discuss key issues, including health care, student loans, and border security. There could be some fireworks in the nation's capital next month beyond the 4th of July celebration. Former special counsel Robert Mueller has agreed to testify publicly before the House Judiciary Committee and the House Intelligence Committee. The committees subpoenaed Mueller, and he has agreed to appear for back-to-back hearings on July 17th. Mueller, you'll recall, oversaw the 22-month investigation into Russian interference into the 2016 election. His redacted findings were included in the 448-page report released in April. Republicans are calling the much-anticipated appearance as political theater.
Maryland Democrats are accusing Governor Larry Hogan of violating campaign finance laws. State Senator Clarence Lamb says the governor has accepted individual campaign donations above the $6,000 limit. Lamb says he began looking into the matter after Hogan vetoed a bill that called for more transparency in the governor's appointment office. Lamb says he discovered a correlation between Hogan and donations from people appointed to the University of Maryland Medical Board. In all, Lamb says Hogan received $200,000 in donations from 100 benefactors that were over the legal limit. The governor's attorney called the accusation demonstrably false, but says in some cases donations were refunded. Maryland's Democratic Party is asking the state's Board of Elections to investigate.
We now know the name of the woman tragically killed in a car crash on the BW Parkway Monday night. She's 27-year-old Brittany Burks from Elmhurst, New York. As we reported last night, a motorist was fleeing police and crashed into a vehicle stopped on the shoulder of the BW Parkway. U.S. Park Police say that motorist is 24-year-old Darnell Bassett of Northeast Washington. He is facing several charges.